A man in a wheelchair sitting at the doctor's office told us a bizarre story about himself. This old man was sitting against the wall and he told the most bizarre story about himself and the reason why he was in the wheelchair. So he said it all started out when he was about 22 years old. He said he was 68, I think he said he was now. And he said that him and his girlfriend took a trip and they had to drive through Arizona to get to the place on the map wherever they were going. It was like some abandoned cabin that they were going to look at. He said he got lost and night fell and his car ran out of gas. He said that they got out, grabbed the water that they had in the car, and started walking back the way they came. He said they must have walked for at least 3 or 4 miles, but the territory that they were walking in didn't seem familiar when they were coming in during the daylight. He said there were trees all around. They took this corner, and all of a sudden there was like this mountain range with they heard a stream, so they walked up to the stream and they had no clue where they were at. And he was asking his girlfriend, why would there be a stream with trees of this abundance in the middle of the Arizona desert? This doesn't make any sense. He said his girlfriend agreed with him, but they said, let's fill our canteens up with this water and let's proceed to go the way that we came in to try to find some help. He said about a mile down the road, they smelt something that smelt really good, almost like somebody cooking hamburgers. When they rounded the corner of a mountain that they were on, his girlfriend realized that there was a building. It was a restaurant that was sitting right there on the side of the road. It was open. He told us that they went inside and they ordered a soda and lots of water, and they both got something to eat because they were really hungry. He asked the waitress where he was at, and she said, you're in the Arizona marketplace. He said, okay, this is bizarre because I was in the Arizona desert. And she goes, oh no, we're in the desert. We're just a marketplace. Behind us is a large market, a street full of marketers, like vendors that sell vegetables, fruits, and all kinds of stuff. Go back there. You'll enjoy yourself. He said him and his wife looked at each other with this puzzled look on their face. And they said, can you tell us where we are at in Arizona? The woman said, you're in Memphis, Arizona. And then she told them, you are eating in the open market. I think he said it was the open market restaurant or eatery or something like that. He said, is there a hotel nearby? She said, yeah. She told him where the hotel was. They walked through the market. They went into the hotel. They checked in. And when he showed his ID, the lady thought it was fake. But he said that she was a really friendly person. He assured her that it wasn't fake and that he didn't know what was going on. And she told him, maybe you guys drove through a time warp that other people have told us about. She wanted to hear his story, so he explained the story, the same story I'm telling you now. And the lady says, yes, I've heard similar stories in the last 30, 40 years through here, that people were driving exactly where you were, disappeared, came in here, and told me the exact same story. And then they just up and vanished. I've never seen them again. He said they went into their hotel, they got a good night's sleep, they woke up the next morning, ate some good breakfast, and set on their journey back to find their car because a man at a gas station with a tow truck said that he would take them, so put gas in their car for them. He said they found their car. The man at the gas station put gas in their car and then looked at the car and said, what kind of car is that? I've never seen that before. He said to the guy it was a 1970 Mercury Montego made by Ford. He got the car started, he turned the car around and proceeded to drive back on the same road that he came in on. He said when he turned the corner, all of a sudden, the town behind him just disappeared and he was back in the Arizona desert. He said his car suddenly sped up like some force had taken it over and he could not control it. And he hit a tree and it paralyzed him from the waist down. He said this was the most bizarre thing and the only thing that ever happened to him like this throughout the rest of his life. And he never went back to that part of Arizona to travel on those roads ever again.